A very warm welcome to La Romareda for a big game in the Segunda División. Real Zaragoza in second place against Red Hot Deportivo La Coruña, a team who were rock bottom not so long ago but have won 7 and drawn 1 of their last 8, and this promises to be a big showdown. The atmosphere is building. We'll let you soak it up. There's a real big game atmosphere around this one as Real Zaragoza look to cement their place in the top 2. They can move just 1 point behind the leaders, Cádiz, by winning today's game, but they'll have to do so against the Deportivo side, who are in great form. Here is the Zaragoza lineup for this encounter. They have just the one change, 2 changes actually, from the side that drew last weekend against Mirandes. They've got Enrique Clemente coming in at left back with Carlos Nieto out through suspension, and good news of the return of Luis Suarez, the 22-year-old Colombian striker who has 15 goals already this season for Zaragoza. The referee today is Jose Lopez Toca, meeting the 2 captains, Íñigo Eguaras for Zaragoza and the veteran Alex Bergantiños for Deportivo La Coruña. Not so long ago, Deportivo looked dead cert for relegation, and then they've won 7 in a row before drawing last week against Girona. So in very good form, and just the one change with Michele Somma out injured. Peru Nolescain drops back into defence from midfield, and Bergantinos, the captain, gets a recall. And the Deportivo players were wearing t-shirts, you might have spotted them, to support Michele Somma after his injury, which will rule him out for a while. And Deportivo looking to take another step towards the playoffs. It was almost impossible to think that a few weeks ago. And they are still closer to the relegation zone. They're very close, in fact, only 2 points outside it, but it's such a competitive division. They're only 6 points short of the playoffs. And with the teams in the top 6 having already played, they can be just 3 points outside the playoff zone with a win today. But Zaragoza are in great form. 7 unbeaten, won 4, drawn 3. And the atmosphere today at La Romareda is red hot. There's a huge sense of optimism around Zaragoza. This team will finally be the bunch to return to the top flight. It's a big, historic club. Believe they belong in the Primera División. They can take a step towards it today. Early possession is for Zaragoza. Over to the right-hand side for Carlos Vigaray. Forward for Alberto Soro, who can't keep it, but Eguaras wins it back, and here is Luis Suarez, lays it off. The flick on to Puado now. Goes back to Burgi, the man who gave him the ball. And now Eguaras, good presser early on from the home team. The shot coming in from Puado was blocked, and the free kick goes the way of Deportivo La Coruña. It was Javi Puado there taking the shot on. The front four for Zaragoza are all loanees. Luis Suarez on loan from Watford for the season. Burgi recently joined on loan from Alaves. This is only his 3rd game. Javi Puado is on loan from Espanyol, and Alberto Soro on the right wing is temporarily with Zaragoza from Real Madrid. Deportivo have some new arrivals as well in their team. Emre Cholak and Sabin Merino signing during January. They're asking for a handball, but they're not going to get that decision. But it is going to be a free kick to the way of the visiting team. Suarez felt he was fouled, but it's gone against him. It was challenged by Mujahid Sadiq from behind, but the free kick goes to Deportivo, so a chance for the green shirts to come forward. Plenty of them around the edge of the area. The delivery is a little shallow, headed away by Eguaras. Bergantinos nods it forward. The back heel from Victor Mollejo, and they're keeping the ball in that final third, Deportivo, and they still do so as Eguaras can't clear under pressure from Aguirre Keche. So a bright start from both teams. They've had attacking presence early on. Is the offside flag going to go up? It is. So Mollejo in the middle trying to make something of it, but it wouldn't have counted for anything. A bald-headed teenager on loan from Atletico Madrid was the man closest to that cross, Victor Mollejo. A lot of young talent out there today. Mollejo just 19. Alberto Soro was 20. Javi Puado 21. Luis Suarez 22. And the left back for Zaragoza as well, good defender Enrique Clemente, only 20 years old. Here he is in possession. Back to Raúl Gutiérrez. Now Jawad Al-Yamik on to Pichu Atienza. Bigaray, space to advance, sends it inside. For Puado, who now can deliver the cross. It's a good one and attacked at the far post. Not far off the mark. As I think it was Burgi who got the final attacking touch running in. But there was good defending as well. To divert it behind for a corner, which is taken. Cross to the far post. Sadiq having to make the intervention to put it behind for another corner. Another of the impressive youngsters worthy of a mention. Only 19, Mujahid Sadiq. Another corner taken quickly, playing at a high tempo. Zaragoza, here's Eguaras. Looking to shoot. Oh, he scored! The opening goal comes up to just 5 minutes, and it's the captain, Inigo Eguaras, who has sent Zaragoza into the lead. Wonder if it took a deflection on the way through, because Dani Jimenez, the Deportivo keeper, was wrong-footed. He was going to his right, the ball went to his left and flashed past him. And Eguaras with his second goal of the season. He worked space to get the shot away on the edge of the area. It came after a sustained spell of pressure from Zaragoza. Now, was there a deflection here? Yeah, a fairly significant one as well. Coming off Peru. Nolas Cohen. And I think the goalkeeper was caught out by the shot anyway, though. He expected it to be with the laces, but he just cut his foot across the ball to put a bit of slice on it. De Guaras. And Jimenez was left stranded. Well, what a start for Zaragoza as Javi Puado tries to advance, but he's challenged by Gabu Shibasaki. There is the visiting coach, Fernando Vázquez, such an experienced figure. He's 65 years old now, and he is the man of the moment, really, in the Segunda División, having taken over Deportivo in December and led them on this remarkable recovery. Now here's a good run into the penalty area by Sabin Merino, but a poor finish at the end of it. A new signing from Leganés has 4 goals in his first 5 games for Deportivo. You see the goal again. Eguaras, not known for his goal scoring, but he hit that one well. Well enough for the lead. Here he is on the ball in a deeper playmaking position. Sends it out to Vigaray. Back to Atienza. And Eguaras can carry it forward now. Almost showed too much of it to Akeche, but they're able to keep it. Kept in by Alberto Sorro. Raúl Gutiérrez, who plays alongside Eguaras in the centre of midfield for Zaragoza. Looking confident and comfortable in possession at the moment, the home side. Raúl Gutiérrez closed down, goes back to Atienza. Now carried forward by the goal scorer, Eguaras. Burgi, back to Eguaras. Spread over for Bigaray. Now the turn is made by Luis Suarez. Works it out to Puado. And Burgi now, 3 in the middle. Cross is not a bad one. The defensive header from Mujahid Sadiq sends it behind for another corner. Excellent start from Zaragoza. Sustained pressure. Burgi with the cross. Needed the intervention of Mujahid Sadiq because Puado was just behind it. Corner's taken short to Eguaras. Now Raúl Gutiérrez. Decent ball in, flicked on at the near post by Puado, and it's going to be another corner. It's just a barrage of pressure at the moment from Zaragoza. After Puado's flick on took a touch off a defender. I think it was Sabin Marino getting back to help out defensively. Alberto Soro comes over to take it. Short to Gutierrez, who drives it in, cleared to the edge of the box. It's again Aguaras trying for another long-range strike, and that one over the top. But with 10 minutes played, Zaragoza have mounted several dangerous attacks already. The latest one here fizzling out with the strike over the top by the captain and goal scorer Aguaras. Well, 2013 was a year of relegation for Real Zaragoza from the top flight. Since then, they've been in the Segunda. It's their 7th season trying to get out of this division. And they are on track at the moment. A win today, they'd be 4 points clear of third place Almeria. Potentially only 2 clear of Cuesca, though they have to play tonight still at Rayo Vallecano, so it's very tight and there's a long way to go. So whatever result Zaragoza pick up today, it's going to be far from decisive. And they are in a very positive spell with that 7-game unbeaten run. Soro goes tumbling, no free kick. It's picked up in midfield by Emre Cholak, worked over to the right-hand side now for Eneko Poveda. Akeche with the cross, takes a defensive touch, it's in! And Moyejo flying in to get the faintest of touches and equalise for Deportivo La Coruña. Akeche played the cross in initially. I think it first came off a defender and then Moyejo reacting to get a glancing touch for his 5th goal of the season, and Deportivo back on level terms. What a great start to the game. Here's the cross from Akeche, no question of offside. So there was one touch on the edge of the box from the defender there, and then a second touch from Moyejo, and what an excellent header that is. Able to readjust to the deflection off the head of Aguaras, and then fling himself at the ball. Brilliant from Victor Moyejo, the youngster on loan from Atletico Madrid. We're always hoping for an exciting game today between these two high-powered teams, and it's transpiring that way. What a start. Raul Gutierrez to Carlos Vigaray now. It's out for the throw. Vigaray unable to run onto it. There's the home team coach, a legend of Real Zaragoza, Victor Fernandez. His 3rd spell in charge. His team under pressure now with a run down the right from Poveda, forcing the save with the shot on target. Christian Alvarez having to turn it over the top as Eneko Poveda came forward. So Deportivo having forced a steady stream of pressure. Have a corner now. So can Aguer Akeche deliver well into the box here? Whips it in. It's a good ball in and headed wide. It was a good opportunity for Emre Cholak, who could only send it wide. Here's the goal again. It was close to the goalkeeper, Christian Alvarez, but I think the close proximity of Mollejo when he got that glancing touch off his head, made it difficult for the keeper to react. Raul Gutierrez fouled by Gaku Shibasaki. It's taken on now by Soro. Trying to win it back off Mollejo, does so. The linesman was there, saw no foul. Play goes on here as Raul Gutierrez onto Eguaras. And now a chance for Luis Suarez, who strikes. He's never slow to shoot when he gets a chance, and that one is deflected behind for a corner. The crowd still complaining about this earlier challenge by Mollejo. Well, we didn't get to see it on the replay, but Mollejo did launch into a challenge on Soro, but they had the advantage and ended up with a corner, so fair decision from the referee. Atienza and Vigaray among the targets for this corner, as well as Jawad El Yamik, the Moroccan central defender, recently signed on loan from Genoa. He's in the number 5 shirt. Corner comes out. Raul Gutierrez drives it in, oh, saved on the line by Dani Jimenez. And it looked as though that came very close to sneaking past him. And he did manage to get down and stop it just inches before it crossed the line. Mujahid Sadiq into Bergantinos. Shibasaki. Deportivo playing with a 3-man back line, as they have for recent weeks. Sadiq with Peru here, and also Javi Montero, another loanee from Atletico Madrid. Picking up a bit of space is Akeche, now to Boveda on the right. 3 in the middle, cross deflected behind for another corner. Well, it's end-to-end stuff. No lack of goal-mouth action. Deportivo have another corner now. I think it's the 7th corner of the game. Some entire games you only get 7 corners. Let's hope this pace of attacking play continues. Emre Cholak goes over to take it. Played in dangerously, volleyed away by Clemente. And look at the speed of Soro trying to catch up with Sadiq. Can't quite do so. Dani Jimenez with the kick clear. And now it's picked up in a bit of space by Akeche. Sends it out to Cholak. The Turk has support on the outside from Boveda. Plenty in the middle again, and that's going to be another corner after the deflection. Forced Alvarez to scramble and just make sure it wasn't going to sneak inside his near post. It hit the left back Enrique Clemente and then into the side netting, so he had another corner and a change of taker as Akeche goes over. It's still going to be a left footer in swinging the ball. Back in by Sadiq. Peru beaten to it, and Zaragoza will look to break. Luis Suarez just holds it up, gives it back into El Yamik. You see the caption on the screen, Zaragoza dominating possession, nearly 3 times as many passes as Deportivo, but the visiting team are showing plenty of attacking intent when they come forward. Here's Burgi. Good ball to Soro, who's drifted over from the right to the left. Enrique Clemente's cross took a deflection, is cleared by Shibasaki. Headed down well by Clemente to Soro, but he loses out, and the free kick goes the way of Deportivo. Well, it's worth recapping the extent of Deportivo's incredible turnaround in form. They went 19 games without victory. having won on the opening day 3-2 against Oviedo. 19 games then, all the way through till the 20th of December before they won their next. But then they won 7 in a row. Just an incredible turnaround, ridiculous. And that run was ended last week with a 2-2 draw against Girona, who scored twice in the last 15 minutes to rescue a point. Otherwise, it would have been 8 wins in a row for Deportivo. Still, they can look upwards, even though they're only 2 points outside the relegation zone. Shows you how far adrift they were before that run of 7 straight wins. They can look upwards to what they might achieve in the final weeks of the season. Tariq lays it forward to Colak, who lays it off for Bergantinos, and then a free kick for the challenger on Akeche. 20 minutes played at La Romareda, and it's flown by. Very enjoyable game so far. 1 goal apiece, the opener for Zaragoza from Inigo Eguaras, cancelled out by Victor Mollejo's diving, glancing header. Sadiq has it charged down. That's not going to stay in, though. Dani Jimenez can watch it out for a goal kick. Goes back to Christian Alvarez, 34-year-old keeper for Zaragoza, who's been near ever present this season. 22 appearances for him today. Now Raul Gutierrez, who's played even more games, he's only missed 1. And he's brought down here, and that's going to be a yellow card. The first of the game for the challenge on Raul Gutierrez, and it's Gaku Shibasaki, the Japanese international, who is penalised. Just a little late. He'll feel he's a little hard done by for getting a yellow with that challenge. Gutierrez sending it wide to Vigaray. Run being made by Alberto Soro. It asks quite a lot of him, but he does well enough to win the throw-in for his team. Vigaray, can he get a cross in? Not really. Mollejo there at the near post. Oh, a lovely flick by Colak, and Mollejo plays it forward. The break's on. Oh, Sabi Marino was challenged by El Yamik, and it had to be a good one there. And it was. Eguaras to Vigaray. Pace of the game has just dropped a little bit in the last 2 or 3 minutes, which is no real surprise considering the lightning fast start we had. Now here's a cross towards Poirot, who control with his hand. The referee, Jose Lopez, making that clear. And Poirot still arguing the point. Calmly played out by Jimenez. It's up to Colak, who lays it off to Bergantinos. Now Shibasaki. Bergantinos to Colak. Back to the captain again, and now over to Mollejo. who's filling that left wing-back role today. And Javi Montero will go all the way back to his goalkeeper. Deportivo happy to take the sting out of the game for now, but we're not going to do so with passes like that. Given away to Burgi, but won back by Peru. And now forward towards Sabine Merino, but Zaragoza win the ball back. Gutierrez with the crossfield pass. Sadiq rises well. Puado picks up the loose ball. Clemente forward for Luis Suarez, laid off for Eguaras. A handball appeal there, not heeded by the referee, and another break is on for Deportivo. Akeche trying to thread it in behind, Sabine Merino on the run. But he is penalised for fouling El Yamik. That's not the free kick that Zaragoza fans wanted, though. They felt there was a handball here. Difficult to see from that angle which body part of Sabine Merino it struck. Now here's Soto into the area. Luis Suarez calling for the cutback. Instead it goes towards the far post, looking for Burgi. Cleared as far as Eguaras. Now Vigaray. Plenty of home players in the box if he can deliver something here. It's not a bad ball, and attacked by Luis Suarez, but well off the mark. And the player who has 15 goals so far this season. Rather strangely, the third highest scorer in both the Primera and Segunda Division at the moment is Luis Suarez. Barcelona's version has 11. Obviously he won't add to that with his long-term injury. And the Luis Suarez of Zaragoza has 15, just one behind Yuri of Ponferradina and 7 behind Christian Stuani, the runaway leader of that goal-scoring chart for Girona. Now there's a late challenge by Mujahid Sadiq, who's maybe fortunate not to get a card after going through the opponent. It was Burgi who he brought down. Play restarted quickly by Zaragoza, who are trying to play at a real pace at all times. There's a foul by Suarez on Cholak. Just clipped the Turkish midfielder from behind. Fans don't think much of it. Of course they don't. Trying to put some pressure on the referee, the home supporters, as Sadiq plays it rather aimlessly upfield. Well, you can hear the noise being made by the Zaragoza fans. It's a top-tier fan base, no doubt about it. Capacity here at La Romareda, 33,000, not far short of that today for this Segunda Division game. They would regularly attract 30,000 in the top flight. Eguaras tries to play it forward, cut out by Bergantinos. The layoff from Akeche was a poor one. Dani Jimenez lets it go out, and that was a mistake because it actually took a last touch off a Deportivo player, and he's now going to get himself a yellow card, is he, for not giving the ball back so that the throw-in could be taken. To be honest, he should get a yellow card for that. He's running away, holding the ball in his arms. An outfield player did that. You're definitely getting booked. But he got away with it. Leniency from Jose Lopez, the referee. Eguaras. Burgi always likes to cut inside onto his right foot. Gives it to Eguaras. Run is being made by Puado, but it doesn't find him as the ball's cut out, and Cholak can give it to the goal scorer for Deportivo, Victor Mollejo, He comes inside for Colak. Back to Muyejo. Good progress being made down the left. Colak is available again now, and he can send in the cross. It's flicked out, but only as far as Akeche, who's dangerous, loves to shoot from these positions. It's blocked by Clemente. Away by Atienza, not very far. Good header won by Muyejo. And Colak, and give it back to the youngster. Bergantiños and Montero over the top, and it comes to an end. That phase of possession with the ball forward rather wastefully from Montero. So half an hour played at La Romareda, 1 goal apiece in this big battle between two promotion hopefuls. This is another free kick going against Shibasaki, who just has to be a little careful on a yellow card already. He's not the only Japanese international involved today, with Shinji Kagawa on the bench for Zaragoza. As the pass there does not find Puado. 21 years old, Javi Puado scored 3 goals in 12 games for Victor Fernández Zaragoza since joining on loan from Espanyol earlier in the season. Shibasaki over towards Boveda, who can't keep it in. Zaragoza 1, Deportivo 1. Aguaras with the opener, Muyejo with the leveller for Depor. Bigaray coming forward now. Soto in support, but he's going to take it on himself. Good run, winning the corner in the end after the challenge from Bergantiños. Yet another corner for Zaragoza. It's their 6th. It's played short, change of angle. Aguaras with the cross. Heading goalwards and headed in! They're back in front! And it's Atienza, I think. Pichu Atienza rising high and getting a real powerful header on that into the bottom right corner beyond the dive of Dani Jimenez. He couldn't stay on level terms for long, as Atienza, with that powerful header, gets his first goal of the season. And there was just a gesticulation there by Dani Jimenez that maybe a substitution's needed. I don't know if it's him or another player who's struggling, but he seemed to make that sign for a substitution. It was unstoppable, the header. Great power on it, and it was past Dani Jimenez almost before he dived. Delight for Pichu Atienza. And Dani Jimenez well beaten. Well, there doesn't seem to be a substitution imminent. It did look like the rolling hand substitution sign that Jimenez was making. Maybe it signifies something else, maybe something to do with the marking from the set piece that allowed Atienza to attack the ball freely. But forward come the Galician team. Muyejo sends it inside. A lunging intervention. And the ball is cleared. Sadiq just about able to hold off Luis Suarez, his Bergantiños. Oh, and an error there by Aguirre Keche. He's given the ball straight back to Aguaras, and Suarez now sends it inside to his skipper. Helped on to Raul Gutierrez. He runs away from pressure to find Burgi. Zaragoza just calming it down now with the lead back in their hands. Ball over the top, looking for the run of Puado. They're asking for handball there against Akeche, but it's not given. Play goes on. Another handball appeal unheeded by the referee. Cholak to Akeche, to Boveda, back to Ager Akeche. Really, they want him in the final third. He's a really creative, direct player who can make things happen when he's got the ball in range of the opposition goal. They had to go back to come forward again. Deportivo, they do it well through Bergantinos now to Cholak. Doesn't see anything to his left, so short to Bergantinos. Akeche to Boveda. Now Akeche finds Cholak. Akeche, this is the kind of range they want him on the ball, where he can make things happen around the edge of the penalty area. He plays it short to Bergantinos. Akeche to Cholak, who goes down and gets the free kick. After the diving tackle from Enrique Clemente. Now, he did make plenty of contact with the shins of Cholak there. So now a free kick, and it'll be Akeche who will probably take charge of this. He can hit a ball very hard with his left foot. Cholak walking away from the scene, which further suggests it's going to be Ager Akeche. Man who has 4 goals so far this season. It's a long way out and pretty wide, 31 meters we see there, but would not be a surprise if he is undeterred by that distance and goes for the shot anyway. Christian Alvarez is watchful. Ager Akeche, given him the big build-up here. What can he do? Oh, he hit the bar. What a shot that was. Well, I talked him up and he lived up to it. A fierce, dipping left-footed strike. Struck the top of the bar, with the goalkeeper absolutely rooted to the spot. A stunning try by Akeche. And Christian Alvarez just grateful that it didn't quite dip enough for the Deportivo free kick taker. Brilliant effort though. Gutierrez to Bigaray, back for the run of Soro, but he's eased off the ball by Javi Montero. Real Madrid against Atletico Madrid there. Soro on loan from Real, Montero from Atleti. We see again that free kick. Oh, another half a yard away from goal, and it would have dipped in, no doubt. And there was a forlorn look of resignation on the face of the goalkeeper as he followed the trajectory of the ball, knowing he could do nothing about it. So unlucky for Akeche. Kept in by Boveda, hooks it back. Comes to Cholak. Shibasaki to Mollejo. Montero now going diagonally. Clemente puts it out for the throw. Bergantinos. Akeche to Shibasaki. Pushing for the leveler here, Deportivo. Montero with a good ball. Boveda's onside. The clearance isn't a very good one. It comes to Akeche, and now the flag goes up, just as Ager Akeche was preparing to unleash another one. There's Montero for Deportivo La Coruña. Out to Mollejo. Good ball inside. Čolak really well tackled by the scorer of the second goal for Zaragoza. Pichu Atienza doing his main job of defending well. But that got away from Soro, is broken up by Peru. And now Sabin Marino just letting the ball get away from him a little bit. Back to Akeche. Takes on the shot, it's blocked. And the counter-attack is on now. Burgi. Run being made over the top by Puado. It's very ambitious. And Dani Jimenez is in position to swipe it clear. Chest control by Gutierrez is good. And laid back sensibly by Burgi into defence. They start again. Aguaras to Vigaray. Into the final 5 minutes of the first half. Zaragoza with the lead. The header from Pichu Atienza restoring it around 8 minutes ago. Here's Aguaras. Clemente inside to Raul Gutierrez. The layoff is a poor one from Luis Suarez, but look at Aguaras trying to win it back and nearly doing so. Shibasaki loses out. The strong challenge from Atienza, and Soro can take it forward. Burgi wants support wide, there wasn't any. Looks for the 1-2 now with Soro. But Deportivo stands strong. Boveda to Akeche. Shibasaki receives in space to turn. The left-sided of the three central defenders, Javi Montero back to the central of the three, Peru Nolascoain. They've had a fair amount of pressure in the last 5 minutes of Deportivo. Certainly look capable of coming back into this game, but that's a poor pass from Bergantiños, and then a late challenge by Mujahid Sadiq, bringing Puado down, and that's the second tackle by Sadiq that could have earned a yellow card. So just by accumulation of offences, he's fortunate not to get one. He's late there, bringing Puado down, but no yellow card for the second time today. Two minutes to play in the opening period. Soro. Well, Gutierrez plays it square. He and Aguaras have formed a good base today for Zaragoza in midfield. Puado goes down under the challenge of Bergantiños this time. Another foul. Puado getting some rough treatment. Fernando Vázquez, the Deportivo coach, looking on as his team has to face this set piece, and a powerful drive from Raul Gutierrez. He beat Akeche, an ambitious strike, absolutely nowhere near the target, but he got plenty of power behind it at least. See a game of 17 shots, not often you have that many in the first half of a contest. Let's hope the second half continues to be so open. Deportivo obviously will have to push the pace, trailing as they do, which will leave them open on the counter. Zaragoza have got the players to exploit that. Here's Bergantinos, back to Sadiq. Oof, took a slight risk there with his pirouette, but comes away with the ball. Peru, Bergantinos. We move to the 45-minute mark. The referee isn't going to allow anything more, so that takes us to the half-time interval. A very entertaining game at La Romareda, where Real Zaragoza are looking to strengthen their grip on second place, and they're halfway there, leading 2-1 at the break. The opener coming from Inigo Aguaras, a leveler for Deportivo from Victor Mollejo, but then there was that powerful header from Pichu Atienza to restore the advantage for the home team, and at half-time it is Zaragoza 2, Deportivo 1. Welcome back to La Romareda. We're ready for the second half. Deportivo La Coruña needing to turn this one around, trailing by 2-1 against the home side, Real Zaragoza. They've come back once already. A flying header from Victor Mollejo, cancelling out the opener from Inigo Eguaras. But now they'll have to come back again after Pichu at the end that restored Zaragoza's lead. Flags flying high for Zaragoza as they seek to take another step on their path towards promotion. A reminder, they come into this game in second place to Zaragoza. Just 4 points behind leaders Cádiz, who have already played and lost this weekend. So a victory here will leave them 1 point behind and 4 points clear of Almeria, who've already played and drawn this weekend. Deportivo coming forward, away by El Yamik. Bergantiños with the header down to Mollejo. Just about able to keep that in. Sends it inside to Čolak. All very tight there. Now Bergantiños opens it up. Ball inside to Boveda. Oh, lovely control by Čolak, but then he can't keep possession and it's whacked away unceremoniously by Carlos Vigaray. Victor Fernandez watching on, the Zaragoza coach in his third spell with the club. He was first in charge, having come up through the ranks as an assistant and B-team coach. First took charge of the senior team in 1991 and led Zaragoza to an unprecedented spell of glory. They won the Copa del Rey in 1994, the UEFA Cup Winners' Cup the following year with a memorable goal to win it by Naeem from the halfway line against Arsenal over David Seaman's head. That was a glorious spell for Real Zaragoza. That was his first spell in charge, and his second came between 2006 and 2008, and now here he is again, looking to take them back to the top flight. And here is a run for Luis Suarez, taking it through, but just showing too much of it to the goalkeeper. And off the line came Dani Jimenez. That heavy last touch from Suarez meant that the chance went away. But he is goal hungry. Here's Suarez, 15 this season. Not had much of a sniff today until that moment. But with Deportivo having to commit more men forward as the game goes on, if it stays this way, there should be more chances for Zaragoza. Aguirre Akeche. Clemente steps in well, but Akeche gets it back and goes on the dribble. Now it's worked wide to Boveda. Sabin Marino at the near post, flicks it on, and it's going to fall for Shibasaki. Oh, just wide. The Japanese international Gaku Shibasaki turning to hit on the volley. He felt, as did Sabin Marino and various other Deportivo players, that it took a deflection and should have been a corner. But goal kick was the decision. Forward from Gutierrez. Should be comfortable for Montero. Back to his goalkeeper and launched long towards Mollejo. Well played by Montero. Now Čolak gives it away. Aguaras finds Raul Gutierrez. Clever bit of skill from him to work it into space. And over to Enrique Clemente, who motors down the left wing now. He's really a central defender, is Clemente, the 20-year-old, playing at left back today with Carlos Nieto out suspended. Doing a decent job on their left-hand side. Aguaras to Puaro. At the end that to Aguaras. And over to Clemente. Up to Luis Suarez, who tries to find Burgi, a little short on the pass, and Sadiq stepped in well. Bergantiños forward. laid off by Cholak to Shibasaki, and now Moyejo. Cholak into space for Shibasaki. Good move this from Deportivo. Now Moyejo with the cross, and Sabi Merino sticking out his right foot, trying to turn it goalwards, couldn't quite get contact, and it goes all the way across the face of goal for a throw. But encouragement there for Fernando Vázquez, the Deportivo coach. That was that earlier shot from Shibasaki, which looked like it did take a deflection off Atienza. Should have been a corner. Sadiq holds up Suarez. Raul Gutierrez steps in to win it back. That's good play from the midfield dynamo for Zaragoza. And Vigaray trying to help it forward under pressure from Moyejo. Out for a Depor throw. Sadiq to Boveda. Only Sabi Merino in the middle, so just happy to retain possession for now and try and work a better opening. Shibasaki into the box, laid off by Boveda. Just didn't find Sabi Merino. They're asking a few questions in the opening moments of this second half at Deportivo. Playing with a fair amount of confidence coming forward. Victor Fernandez's team there holding on. Shibasaki winning the ball cleanly. Now Sabi Merino, good tackle. And it was Carlos Vigaray who broke that up, and the break is on now as Suarez receives it on the right, turns away from a challenge, works it back into midfield. Foreguaras. Deportivo have got themselves organised again. Burgi gets it back from Raul Gutierrez and steps inside. Suarez having a run at Moyejo, sends in the low cross that is cleared away at the near post by Montero. And we're going to have a change for Zaragoza, so didn't take long after the break, and it's going to be James Ikpekeme who comes on in place of Alberto Soro. So good ovation for the 20-year-old Soro as he goes to the bench, and it will probably be a straight swap. And a big ovation as well for Ikpekeme as he enters the action. The Nigerian, been a regular in the team this season. This is his 20th appearance, and 17 of those have been starts. And he will look to shore things up. He's a more defensive player than Soro, who he's come on for. Looks in fact like he's come onto the left back position, so maybe it's a change in shape. Or has he gone into central midfield? Yeah, he's gone into central midfield. Raul Gutierrez seems to be a little further over to the right for now. We'll keep an eye on that change in shape from Victor Fernandez. And here's Boveda. There's a challenge from James Ikpekeme. Yeah, Luis Suarez is up on his own now, up front, with Puado going to the right wing. So it's a 4-5-1 formation, really, and Puado doing well there to win the ball off Mollejo and continuing his run, but running straight into the defender. But Mollejo is penalised for his challenge on Puado. And he's got a yellow card as well. I'm not sure whether for the challenge or for the complaint. He had a little grab there at Puado. And then another. And that was enough to concede the free kick, and then I think it was his reaction that led to the yellow card. Ten minutes played in the second half, no addition to the scoreline. Zaragoza still got their noses in front, as it's brought forward by Vegaray. Puado, challenged by Cholak, out for the throw for the home team. Eguaras to Gutierrez, helps it on for Vegaray. Powerful run into the box. Now can he deliver a cross? Well, he can win a corner. Mollejo getting back to deflect it behind. Remember, they've already scored from a corner today. The header from Atienza giving them the lead. And actually the first goal came from a corner that was taken short to that man Eguaras. Fabulous noise from the home fans at La Romareda. Plenty of movement as Eguaras plays it in, but it's a poor delivery. Too shallow and easily cleared at the near post by Peru. And then Gutierrez taking a bit of a chance, turning under pressure from Cholak. But he did win the throw-in. And risky there from Raul Gutierrez. Had he lost the ball, could have been a chance to break for Depor. Vegaray can't advance it, but it's won back well, and James Ikbekeme losing out though to Boveda. Mollejo. Zaragoza have had the game under control really for the last 5 minutes or so. Looking more comfortable now than they were at the start of the half, but Deportivo very much still in the game. Bergantinos turns away. Gives it to Montero. Back to Bergantinos. Zaragoza happy to sit and contain. Akeche drifting over from his starting position on the right to this left-hand side now. Here he is again. Man who hit the bar with a free kick in the first half. Short on that pass to Mollejo. Puado stepping in to make the challenge. Good battle going on between Puado and Mollejo. Pair of youngsters, 21 Puado, 19 Mollejo. Both on loan from top flight clubs. Now Boveda able to find Akeche in a bit of space. Low cross coming in, stabbed away by Eguaras, and setting up the counter-attacking opportunity for Burgi, who's good at running with the ball. As he shows, he's brought down by Shibazaki, and now he's in trouble. It's a second yellow, he's off! A second yellow card for Gaku Shibazaki. And Deportivo are down to 10 men. I think Shibasaki knew what he was doing there, stopping the counter-attack of Burgi. Well, you didn't really see the incident very well on that close-up replay, but you've been on a yellow card since early on, and when you're a combative player in the centre of midfield, that's a worry. So he'll play no further part, and reorganisation necessary for Fernando Vázquez. And Victor Fernandez is Zaragoza in a great position now. A goal up and a man up. Looks like Akeche is going to play more centrally while they work out what to do. It's a 5-3-1 formation at the moment. Might have to go to 4 at the back in the end. Here's Colak. It's a bit of a dilemma for Fernando Vázquez because he won't want to take off any attacking players as they're chasing the game. They need an equaliser. At the same time, you've got to keep good balance when there's still half an hour to play. Akeche, he can make something happen in the blink of an eye. Colak for Boveda. Cross coming in, controlled by Moejo. Akeche turning. Shot coming in from Bergantiños, off the mark. And Christian Alvarez can watch it safely wide. It was well worked by Deportivo, showing they've still got enough technical players out there to create something. There's a ball over the top for Luis Suarez to chase, and chase he will, and he's in. Luis Suarez scores! And that will surely do it for Zaragoza now. In the space of 2 or 3 minutes, they've seen the opponents reduced to 10 men, and now a typical Luis Suarez goal. Chasing a lost cause, barging the defender out of the way, and finishing coolly. Luis Suarez by name and Luis Suarez by nature. They come out of the same mould, the veteran Uruguayan and this rising star from Colombia. He was an injury doubt for today, but this is why they wanted him in the team. Look at that determination, holding off Peru, and then when he was in position, he's so confident in front of goal. Fabulous goal from Luis Suarez. Doubling his team's lead. And they are flying high, Zaragoza. Look at the celebrations. A lot of belief that this team will be playing in the top flight next season. With moments like that from their key striker. That's justifiable. Well, Fernando Vázquez chose not to react immediately to the loss of the man in the middle, Shibasaki, with the red card, but to be honest, that was nothing to do with the midfield. It was a ball over the top, and Peru wasn't strong enough. Burgi on the run, he's tripped by Akeche. Deportivo got to keep their nerve here. They're heading towards their first defeat in 2 months. They're not used to this at the moment, after their great run of 7 straight wins and 1 draw. This is a rude awakening for them today. All very comfortable now. They feel that Deportivo are going to have a change of shape here. 5-3-1, not the kind of formation that's going to get you a couple of goals. maybe need to get some support to the lone frontman, Sabi Merino. 2 down against a team as good as Zaragoza. You could also understand if Vázquez just decides damage limitation. You don't want to really damage the team's morale by losing 4 or 5-1. Here's Burgi. That pass delivered behind Luis Suarez and too far in front of Raul Gutierrez. Some grim expressions on the faces of the travelling Depor fans. 25 minutes to go, they trail by 2 now. One back by Raul Gutierrez, and they are flying. They've got a lot of confidence to keep coming forward. Burgi tries the back heel that doesn't find Luis Suarez. Could be a long 25 minutes for the Deportivo players. Sadiq with the ball forward. No nonsense from Jawad El Yamik. We've got a couple of changes imminent by the look of things for Deportivo. So Fernando Vázquez is going to roll the dice, see what he can come up with. I think it was Hugo Vallejo preparing to come on one of them. There's a yellow card shown to El Yamik here. Clipping the heels of Sabi Merino from behind. As we move towards the midway point of the second half, it looks like the changes are going to be made now by Deportivo.
Cambios en el Deportivo de La Coruña, se ha retirado con el número 24,
So Poveda goes off for Keko. And the other one is Victor Mollejo, who's been a fiery presence today, which is why he's getting a few whistles. And Hugo Vallejo comes on to replace him. So changes on the wings. Poveda was playing on the right, Mollejo on the left. We'll see after the set piece if the shape changes as Keko and Vallejo come on. Sadiq gets it back to his goalkeeper. Looks like a back three still, as Cholak finds Bergantiños. The ball got away from him, and he was caught by Eguaras. The referee didn't give a foul, but they kicked the ball out to allow Bergantiños to receive some treatment. There is the challenge. If anything, Bergantiños slid into Eguaras, who was just standing his ground. It was a heavy contact, but I think there was no blame to be attached to the home team captain. A head shake from Fernando Vázquez. He's in his second spell in charge of Deportivo. Actually, the first time he was manager of the Galician club, 2013-14 season. When he left, he was replaced by his opposite number today, Victor Fernandez, who had a year in charge of Deportivo. as they narrowly stayed up in the top flight back then. These two experienced managers have gone up against each other on many, many occasions in the past. It does look like a straight swap positionally for the new two players, with Keko on the right and Vallejo over on the left. 20 minutes to play. Zaragoza in total command now, up by 2 goals and 1 man. And looking as though they're happy now to settle into a more conservative rhythm, just to keep the ball and keep Deportivo away from their goal. Here's a bit of space for Akeche. Sends it wide for Keko. He goes down under the challenge of Burgi. Free kick. Taken short to Akeche. Cholak clips it out to Akeche. Only 2 men in the middle. It goes back to Cholak instead. Now Akeche will turn, slide the pass through, very nearly got through, but Eliamik with the good intervention. And here's Luis Suarez turning defence into attack by bringing in Raul Gutierrez, and the run on now for Puado just got stuck under his feet, and Bergantinos can come away with it. Give first piece of possession to Hugo Vallejo, the substitute for Deportivo. Back to Akeche, and Cholak spreads it out nicely. Good ball to the right wing for Keko. He drills it in. Clemente gets the block, can't prevent the corner. There's Keko Gontan. Spent the last few years with Malaga. Joined Deportivo in January, as the corner is cleared. And there could be a break on. Burgi. Luis Suarez is making a charge through the middle. The ball goes beyond him, but James Ikbekeme can carry it on now. Suarez calling for the cross, but James just miscontrolled slightly, and Vallejo is able to get back. The chance goes. A little bit more clinical there. Could have been a 4th goal for Zaragoza. They're content to just keep the ball now. Eguaras and Raul Gutierrez passing to each other. James Ikbekeme down the line. Oh, nicely cut back. Raul Gutierrez with the cross that deflects off Cholak and behind for the corner. Well played by Zaragoza. Raul Gutierrez has been really impressive today and all season, really. Only missed 1 game for his team. At the age of 23, he's getting better all the time. His corner, almost finding the head of Vigaray. Suarez happy to help it back into defence. They're looking very confident now, spraying the passes around to keep possession. As I say that, Luis Suarez loses it. It's lofted through by Keko, but loose control by Sabin Merino. And here's Clemente, gives it inside to Eguaras, forward by him. Poor control by Sadiq, and they can send it up to Puado now, looking to take on Montero. Excellent defending. Some complaints from the home fans that it was a foul, but he won the ball cleanly. Now he's trying to carry it forward, but Ikpekeme gets a foot in. Starting to look very tired now, Deportivo. Time for the olés from the Zaragoza fans. They're going to make a change. Alex Blanco is going to come on. He's a forward, may well be for Luis Suarez, but they're enjoying themselves too much at the moment. James Ikpekeme sends it wide to Burgi, steps inside, lays it off, 4 inches wide from Luis Suarez, wanting his second goal at the end of a long passage of possession. That may well be his last kick. After Burgi squared it, Luis Suarez taking on the shot, and he's frustrated with himself that he didn't score. And it was indeed his last touch, and listen to the ovation. Move over, Luis Suarez. There's a new Luis Suarez in town. I'm not sure this version will have quite the career of the Uruguayan, but he certainly looks like he'll be playing in the top flight next season. Zaragoza would love it to be with them. And another goal for him today, 16 now this season. Bergantiños trying to keep it moving for Deportivo. Now Vallejo does well. Sabin Merino lays it back. Cholak looking for space, but well read by Alex Blanco, the substitute, getting his first touch. He's gone down the right-hand side with Puado through the middle. Zaragoza leading by 3-1 with 13 minutes to play. Now some ironic olés as Deportivo strings some passes together, but his Keko Gontan will look to deliver something dangerous into the area. Clemente got something on it, and then Eliamik got a lot on it. Big volleyed clearance. Now out for the throw-in. Cholak turning. Long-range shot coming in from Peru. And that was safely watched over the top by Christian Alvarez. Hit it with power, but always looked like it was going too high. When Deportivo are reduced to taking on this kind of ambitious effort, you know they are struggling. Sadiq wins the header. He's been very strong at the back for Deportivo today. Looks like quite a player at the age of just 19. Under 18 Spanish international. Ball out to Vallejo on the left. Cholak finds Akeche. Keko Gontan. Blocked by the backside of Clemente. And before it's taken, there's going to be another change. A third and final swap for Deportivo. Mamadou Kone is coming on. A striker on loan from Leganés. I think it's Cholak. Yeah, Cholak has gone off, so sacrificed a creative midfielder for an out-and-out front man. have no choice really other than to go for it. Deportivo now moving towards the last 10 minutes, going to find 2 goals somehow. Kone has 4 so far this season. Here's Akeche. Kone's first touch is a good turn. And then he's challenged by Gutierrez. Puado for Burgi. Run being made by Raul Gutierrez. Excellent timing on the pass and the run. Puado back to Gutierrez, slides it through, looking for Alex Blanco, the substitute, working hard and fouling. Frustration for Javi Montero. Blanco working hard, as he has to do. It's the least he can do, having been brought on. Uses fresh legs. And another change for Zaragoza. It is their final change, in fact, as well. Coming off is, looks like Puado. No, it's Burgi. Burgi who will make way. And the new man into the fray is Miguel Linares. And that's won by Raul Gutierrez. He'll carry it to the edge of the area. And the pass goes behind Puado. Linares has stepped straight into the left-hand midfield position, vacated by Burgi. As Deportivo look to come forward, James Ikpekeme does well to read that and break it up. One back though. Akeche to Bergantinos. A goal in the next couple of minutes would set us up for an interesting finale here, as the 10 men of Deportivo try to come back. Kone looking to turn, edge of the area, takes on the shot, well blocked by El Yamik, who had a little fist pump there to himself to celebrate his successful block of the shot. Keko Gontan is going to take the corner. Oh, he's going to leave the scene, actually. It's played short to him by Akeche, and Keko with the cross. It's going to fall out to the far post. A bit of a fresh air shot coming in from Vallejo, but they keep the ball as Bergantinos finds Kone. And now Vallejo. Bergantinos going to shoot. Oh, great block. And another little clenched fist of celebration from El Yamik. Another one from him. He's had a good game, the Moroccan. Only his 5th game for Zaragoza after joining on loan from Genoa, and real determination shown there. They keep shooting, he keeps blocking them. Akeche with the corner. Dangerous ball in, and again it's El Yamik getting it away. Back to Akeche. To the byline and cutting it back. Ball adjudged to have stayed in, and now could there be a break on for Blanco? And free kick goes against Sadiq. He felt he won the ball cleanly, and he gets a yellow card for that. To be honest, it's a bit overdue. He probably should have had one in the first half for a couple of challenges. Got away with it then, but now finally it has come. Zaragoza getting closer then to another victory. And they're in the mood for more goals. There's a foul there on Linares by Peru. Home fans clamouring for another yellow card. I don't think that's going to be forthcoming. It was a late challenge by Peru. And in fact, the referee, having thought about it, is going to go over and book the central defender of Deportivo. Oh, in fact, he's given it to Akeche, maybe for some dissent. And there's lots of expressions of frustration on the faces of Deportivo La Coruña players. Coming here in a rich vein of form, they're going to suffer their first defeat for a couple of months. It'll be a good test for them to have to bounce back from this now, having enjoyed such a positive run to climb out of the relegation zone. The win today would have sent them within 3 points of the playoff places. Now they've got to regather themselves. Here's Clemente, worked out wide by Linares. Puado squares it to Raul Gutierrez. Shot at the keeper. Comfortable save for Jimenez, but Raul Gutierrez does deserve a goal today. He's been outstanding in midfield for Zaragoza. And he's still running. Look at him closing down there. Deportivo playing like a team who know the game's up. Not much conviction as they come forward. The cross from Keiko Gontan is only half cleared though, and Vallejo now to the byline. Deep cross, I think a hand on it came from Christian Alvarez. It's Puado. Plenty of space for Zaragoza as they come out, and they're happy just to keep the ball as they move towards their 14th victory of the season. They will move up to 51 points, 1 point behind the leaders Cádiz, 4 points clear of Almeria, 5 points clear of Huesca in fourth, but Huesca do play tonight at Rayo Vallecano. But the way Cádiz are dropping points left, right and centre in the last couple of months, by no means certain they're going to maintain their place in the top two. The title is up for grabs very much. Zaragoza got as good a chance as anyone. It's Raul Gutierrez, Alex Blanco looking for Gutierrez, cut out by Bergantiños. Down the line for Sabin Merino. Given away by Bergantiños. Oh, good run by Blanco, who's brought down. And that's going to be a free kick with a challenge by Javi Montero. Blanco's been lively down that right-hand side since he came on. He was certainly fouled there. He's 21 years old, on loan from Valencia, having spent some time on loan at Alaves last year as well. Hasn't actually played for Valencia's senior team in La Liga. And he's won a free kick that gives Zaragoza a chance to really rub salt in the wounds, as it's played back for Aguaras to strike, and he gets under it a little too much. Flies too high. Three shots in the game for Aguaras, the first of them set the ball rolling for Zaragoza, the opener. And it's been, all told, a pretty convincing performance from Zaragoza. There's a foul by Puado, who acknowledges it. Catching Keko Gontan. So the 90 minutes are up. We'll see how much added time is allowed. And we'll see whether they can find a fourth, as Puado now finds the back heel for James Ikpekemi. What a great block by Mujahid Sadiq. Once again, strengthening the impression that he is a very good young defender. Powerful header, one at the back by Atienza. It's left Sabin Merino down, clutching his neck. Songs of celebration from the Zaragoza fans. Good turn from Blanco. The pass doesn't reach Carlos Vigaray, but they do get the throw in. And the flags aloft, the songs being sung. They believe they will be welcoming Real Madrid and Barcelona and Atletico and so on next season. Looking to return to the top flight after a 7-year absence. Certainly be great to have this big club back in the top flight, but they've got a lot of work to do. And certainly Victor Fernandez will not allow his players to take anything for granted, despite the feel-good factor they'll get from this win. And a corner to defend here. To be played in by Akeche. Away by the outstanding El Yamik. Really been good in the heart of defence today. And there, oh, it's dropped by the keeper initially. Christian Alvarez struggling with that one, but then gathering it the second attempt, and he's in no mood to try and release it downfield quickly. No need for anything like that. So the last few seconds of this game, Raul Gutierrez covering yet more ground to make the pass, and he's continuing his run as Linares just keeps it. Clemente to Puado, and that will do it. The final whistle blows. Real Zaragoza with 3 more points to aid their quest for promotion. They got an early goal from their captain, Íñigo Eguaras. Deportivo was soon back on level terms with Victor Moriejo, but the head up from Pichu Atienza into the corner restored Zaragoza's lead, and then Luis Suarez, the leading scorer, making it 3-1 after an hour. That was just after Deportivo was sent down to 10 men, with Gaku Shibasaki being sent off, and there was no doubt after that who was going to end up the winning side. 3 more points for Victor Fernandez and his players. Real Zaragoza, are they heading to the Primera? They could well be, you know. Thank you for joining us here at La Romareda, where it's finished. Zaragoza 3, Deportivo 1.
Mollejo, con el autor del gol del Deportivo de La Coruña. Víctor, el equipo ha dado la cara, a pesar de caer y de estar en los últimos minutos con uno menos.
Sí, el equipo ha estado bien, yo creo que ha sido un buen partido, hemos mejorado sobre todo ofensivamente en la primera parte, cuando hemos empezado la segunda muy bien también, pero sí que es verdad que la expulsión de Gaku nos ha hecho mucho daño. A partir de ahí el equipo evidentemente sufre mucho con uno menos, pero bueno, sabíamos que hoy era un día difícil, que veníamos aquí probablemente a no sacar un resultado positivo, que íbamos a pelear, pero bueno, al final el equipo ha peleado y yo creo que hay que estar orgulloso de lo que hemos hecho.
¿Cómo has visto la expulsión de Gaku?
Yo creo que la expulsión de Gaku es para mí evitable, viene de una falta anterior a Alex, que yo creo que es la que tiene que pitar. Pero bueno, al final son decisiones del árbitro. Evidentemente la falta de Gaku es amarilla, la segunda. La primera no lo tengo muy claro, pero la segunda sí. El árbitro ha decidido eso y ya está, no pasa nada.
Víctor, ¿qué os ha pasado en la primera parte en los saques de esquina? Que los dos primeros goles llegan después de una de esas acciones.
Pues evidentemente que nosotros no teníamos muy claro si saltar o no a ese segundo jugador que iba al córner. Son cosas que tenemos que mejorar, evidentemente, si queremos aspirar a otras cosas, pero bueno, seguramente que el equipo aprenderá de estos errores y lo pondremos en práctica el siguiente fin de semana.
Eran 8 partidos sin perder, 8 partidos en los que además se habían ganado 7 de ellos. Llega una nueva derrota y hay que mantener la calma porque el descenso todavía está muy cerca, ¿no?
Sí, el descenso está cerca, pero bueno, evidentemente sabíamos que este momento iba a llegar, ¿no? Que esa racha se iba a cortar algún día. En el vestuario hay gente madura, gente que sabe lo que es esto, y yo creo que esta derrota no va a hacer daño y que tenemos muchas ganas desde ya de que llegue el partido de Lugo para volver a la victoria.
Ánimo, muchas gracias.
Gracias.
Muchas gracias a Víctor Mollejo. Vamos a hablar con Íñigo Eguaras, que ya está por aquí, el capitán del Real Zaragoza. Íñigo, muy buenas. Bueno, es una victoria muy importante, ¿no? Por cómo llegaba el rival y por el rival, la entidad que tenía, que había ganado 7 de los últimos 8 partidos, ¿no?
Sí, fundamental. Ellos venían en una dinámica, como tú dices, muy buena. Sabíamos que iba a ser muy difícil porque es un rival que te deja jugar, pero luego a la vez sale muy rápido, tiene jugadores por dentro que saben jugar muy bien a fútbol. Pues la verdad que hemos estado muy serios, la verdad que da este año gusto vernos jugar y espero que este año sí que sea el año del ascenso.
Y parece que la comunión con la grada también se nota, ¿no? Que hay algo que hace este año especial.
Sí, yo los 3 años que llevo aquí, lo de esta gente, me quedo ya sin calificativos, ¿no? Al final es una afición que vayas donde vayas, te vas a encontrar gente. Aquí en la Romadera es un gusto jugar y la verdad que estamos súper agradecidos.
Íñigo, ¿tenéis bien claro que le podéis hacer daño en los saques de esquina al Depor?
Bueno, es un equipo que defiende muy dentro, ¿no? Sí que es verdad que jugando en corto les hemos hecho mucho daño. Desde la frontal del área ha habido muchos tiros. La verdad que a balón parado han llegado 2 goles que tampoco es nuestro fuerte.
¿Y si hay ascenso, renovación y tú te quedas aquí muchos años más?
Bueno, de momento estoy centrado en lo que me queda. Acabo contrato en junio. Estoy trabajando para dar lo mejor de mí, para ayudar al equipo y luego el tiempo decidirá.
Enhorabuena, muchas gracias. Gracias a Íñigo Eguaras, al capitán del Real Zaragoza, satisfecho, no puede ser de otra manera, con el partido y la victoria de los suyos. Hola, hola, hola. Joder, qué frío. Muy buenas. Vale, arrancamos cuando me digáis, ¿vale? Bueno, pues ya estamos aquí al lado de ambos entrenadores. Vamos a comenzar por Víctor Fernández, entrenador del Real Zaragoza. Víctor, enhorabuena. Era una victoria muy importante, porque llegabais los dos equipos más en forma ahora mismo de la competición, ¿no?
Sí, ellos ya han 8 partidos que estaban intratables, dejando muy buenos resultados y muy buenas sensaciones, remontando una situación, desde mi punto de vista, absolutamente crítica, peligrosísima, y han demostrado